Hello everyone, welcome back for another Star Trek The Official Starships Collection review. This time in front of me we have something rather different. It is the ISS Enterprise NX-01 from the Mirror Universe, as seen in the Star Trek Enterprise episodes In a Mirror Darkly Parts 1 and 2. And we have the magazine and the model here, which looks pretty awesome. So I'll put this aside for a moment and let's look at the magazine. Alright, got a awesome image of the ship on the cover there, with the Terran Empire symbol there. And let's see, look at some basic information. It is considered a warship, launched in 2151, 225 meters long, and the reality this ship currently lived in would have been the Mirror Universe. Turn the page, we have the usual how to mount the model to the stand, which I'm assuming is about the same as the original NX-01 many moons ago. And some more specification. It's considered a warship in this universe. And it's NX class, 225 meters long, as I previously said. Has a crew of 82 personnel or soldiers. Has a top speed of warp 5. And has phase cannons and torpedo launchers. Not too much different there. Got another neat image of the ship there, as well as some more text and information here. Let's see. And basically this says that the Terran Empire ships were designed for combat, and this Enterprise was a heavily armed battlecruiser that struck fear into the hearts of Earth's enemies. Turn the page, we have more on the NX-01 crew, including Commander Jonathan Archer, Captain Forrest, the sadistic Dr. Phlox, you've got a radiation-infected Chief Engineer Tucker, and you've got the slut Hoshi Sato, otherwise known as the Captain's Woman, and you have the seductive and manipulative T'Pol. And it's kind of cool that they basically pointed out that the warp drive and the warp engines were not as sophisticated and as safe as they were in the Prime universe. Basically anybody who was exposed to it for long periods of time ended up with radiation burns and scars, and ultimately didn't live very long. Here's a gorgeous centerpiece of the Mirror NX-01, and you have the Tholian web with the NX-01 cloaked inside, so you can't really see it. And here is the design process of the ship. Looks like there's just a little bit more detail on the model that's on the CG model. I don't recall actually seeing some of these details in the film, except for the top part, but it looks cool. I don't think those are on the model, unfortunately. It would have been kind of neat if they did put them there. And here's a section on the Mirror Universe itself, mostly in the Enterprise time. Basically it talks about the In a Mirror Darkly and the first contact scenes that they put together, and how instead of shaking hands and starting a new era in dialogue with the Vulcans, this Zefram Cochrane actually shot the Vulcans. Here's more on that, including screenshots of the alternate main title sequence. And there is more. Captain Forrest, Commander T'Pol, Chief Engineer Tucker, complete with radiation burns and gray hair, and the Mako, Mr. Travis. More text about that, and there they are in the original series uniforms, because they stole them from the Federation Starship Defiant that disappeared and ended up in the Mirror Universe apparently in the past. And there's the Gorn. And the on-screen appearance page. The only time this ship was ever seen of course, was In a Mirror Darkly, Parts 1 and 2. Sadly, it was destroyed at the end of the first part. And we saw other NX class Terran ships in the subsequent episode. I think it was the Avenger or something. But even that one was destroyed. And looking right here in the trivia section, we have a little bio of Hoshi Sato, which was kind of like a screen grab from when the then Captain Archer and Hoshi are looking at the bios of their Prime Universe counterparts. And apparently Hoshi Sato in the Prime Universe died on, let's see, what's the planet? She died on Tarsus 4 as victims of Kodos the Executioner, which is the villain from the original series episode, Conscience of the King. So the next time you watch the original series episode, Conscience of the King, just think that Kodos the Executioner is responsible for the death of Hoshi Sato and her entire family. And it says here that she was buried back on in Kyoto, Japan. So that's kind of interesting and sad at the same time. Oh, and here's another sad piece of trivia. On the day that the crew were filming, or at least the scene where Archer is giving the big propaganda speech and the rising up speech in the shuttle bay of the NX-01, or at least, yeah, or the NX-01 or the Enterprise. Not Enterprise, excuse me. On the Defiant, you kind of find out that the crew, well, no, excuse me, the crew finds out that they were going to be canceled. The show was canceled and they only had a few episodes left, so the mood was kind of somber on that day. Here's an image of all the other ships, or many of the other ships available in the collection. It's nice to say I have all of these here. And there's a nice image of the NX-01 on the back there. So yeah, that's the magazine, and let me get to the model. Looks great so far in the box. Took me a while to get it. To my knowledge, it is still not in stock on the Eagle Moss US website. I had to get it from Amazon at about the same price, and it got here significantly faster than waiting for Eagle Moss to do it. So here it is. Let me get it out of the box. And the stand. And the back of the stand simply says ISS Enterprise NX-01 with random part numbers down there too. So, and then, all right. So my first impression of it, very cool. Obviously the details that I mentioned that were in the magazine at the bottom section of the ship, some of that Terran Empire symbols are missing. But I don't recall really seeing those in the episode, so I can't really slash any points off of it for that. Of course, this is just as heavy as issue number 4 that we got a couple of years ago. Got the Terran Empire Aztecing in paint on here, complete with the dagger going through the Earth, and ISS Enterprise there in nice, good, and big font there. I don't see any problems with that. Oh, there's more Terran Empire symbols right there. I didn't see that before. That's kind of cool. I noticed that on the magazine, looks like the top of the nacelles are supposed to be painted black or dark green or something, and it also shows that here. But unfortunately, that's not reflected on the model, so that's a bit of a bummer. I guess a dark Sharpie or marker or paint should fix that, but I don't like doing that to these models. Of course, the impulse engines are painted in, and the warp nacelles have the clear plastic blue-ish in between there, and of course the Bastard collectors are red, as you can kind of see if the camera will simply focus. So that's kind of cool. At least that's consistent. Other than the paint differences, and it's really no different than the other NX-01. But as odd as it may sound, I like this one better. It just looks better and it looks cooler. I think. And it's a great addition to the collection. I'm really glad that they did this. Normally, I'm not a fan of these variants because they're basically just reusing the same molds and you're getting the same ship with a different name on it. But this is a special case because I've always liked the Mirror Universe. And of course, metal and plastic is down here. The nacelles are plastic. A very, very good model. Very good ship from 2 very cool episodes. So if you haven't seen it, I would definitely go and check it out. And hopefully, if you're ordering via the Eaglemoss site, they should be in stock again soon. So yeah, that's the NX-01 from the ISS Enterprise from the Terran Empire that was destroyed. So yeah, I thank you all very much for watching. If you can get a chance, please look at some of the more videos that I've done from the collection. I try my best, not as good as some other my friends here online, but my efforts are there, trying to do my part. So thank you again, and until then, long live the Empire. And of course, before I say goodbye, it mounts onto the stand to like this, I think. And of course, definitely I would recommend this model to you if you are a fan of Star Trek Enterprise, even more so if you're a fan of the Mirror Universe, and if you're just, of course, getting all of the ships. If you don't care about Enterprise or the Mirror Universe or any of those things, then this is definitely something you should pass over. But myself personally, I would highly recommend this, and as soon as Eaglemoss gets it back in stock, I would definitely go and grab that. Or you can do like I did and purchase it through other means like Amazon, eBay, etc. Amazon was probably a better bet because you'll get it quicker and it costs less. Okay, thank you so much. Talk to you later. Long live the Empire.